The summer after her junior year of high school, Jill Tracy Jacobs begged her parents for permission to relocate from Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, to work at the Jersey Shore for a few months. When she got the okay, she and four girlfriends rented a house together and spent the summer in Ocean City. It was 1968, and Jill was balancing the joys of youth with planning for the future. When we were growing up, my parents didn't give us a lot of money because they didn't have a lot of money to give us, she said. We weren't spoiled in any way, so I realized early on that my parents could pay for college, but I would have to pick up a lot of the expenses. Jill got a job at a restaurant owned by one of her grandmother's relatives called Chris's Seafood, a dockside spot on the bay just off the 9th Street Bridge, with a distinctive green fiberglass roof that had beach balls and American flags hanging from its rafters. The strong scent of fish, caught fresh daily by the restaurant's fleet of boats, was ever present. Ocean City in those days was a small town whose full-time residents numbered only a few thousand. Recent construction of the New Jersey Turnpike, the Garden State Parkway, and the Atlantic City Expressway made it easy for tourists from Philadelphia and beyond to visit for a day or weekend. The town welcomed tourists, but had long adopted conservative, family-oriented laws like a ban on all public alcohol consumption and blue laws that kept businesses closed on Sundays. The Ocean City Boardwalk boasted Shriver's Candy Shop with its distinctive saltwater taffy, Mac and Manco pizza, and the amusement park rides at Jillian's Wonderland Pier. Author Gay Talese, who grew up in Ocean City, said, "It was never a fancy place. It's determinedly middle class and conservative." Jill's summer days went by languidly, filled with trips to the beach and walks on the boardwalk. Chris's fed the staff dinner promptly at 4 p.m. Then we'd waitress like till I guess 9:30, 10, and then I'd go home, change my clothes, and like everybody else, we'd go out to a party somewhere. Jill didn't have a bank account, so each night she'd come home to the rental house smelling of seafood and empty the cash out of the pockets of her blue apron into a bedroom drawer. She saved nearly all she made. The pockets of that blue apron also gave her a place to stash food. Sometimes she'd save a lobster tail from being thrown out by tucking it away to eat later. Jill and her friends enjoyed their freedom and the easygoing nature of the shore, full of nice weather, fellow young people, and not much to do besides work, stroll up and down the boardwalk, and lay on the beach. We dated the lifeguards. We'd date the guys who worked at the restaurants who were the cooks and flipped the burgers and made the sandwiches, and it was fun. Occasionally, she went out with a Marine she met in Ocean City. It was a life removed from many of the worries the country was wrestling with in 1968. Racial tensions, war protests, the counterculture, and the women's movement did not intrude. A lot of the guys were surfers, including one Jill dated who made the sandwiches at Bob's Grill. Jill decided to learn how to surf, buying a white board with a big butterfly on it. The sport didn't come naturally to her, but the swells in Ocean City were the right size for a novice. For Jill, it was also a summer that deepened her connection to the beach and the ocean. As a child, she'd run through the sand, her blonde hair flying behind her. As an adult, the beach became a destination for celebrations with friends and family or quiet walks during moments of despair. I have always had that vivid picture all my life of her sitting on the edge of the water and making sandcastles and collecting shells, and running up and down and laughing. Her aunt, Barbara Jacobs Hopkins, said,